Hello my friends, Wayne here once again for the Let's Play Cat Gaming channel, and last night the most highly anticipated professional wrestling pay-per-view of the year was aired live on television, and that was of course WrestleMania 29. Now in this little audio video vloggity piece we are going to talk a little bit about the Undertaker vs CM Punk match. Now for those of you who do not know, the Undertaker was able to put CM Punk away with a 3 count after an awesome tombstone pole driver, and the streak is intact at 21-0. Now I for one am happy that the Undertaker's streak is intact, but I am also a little bit disappointed that CM Punk didn't end it. Why? Because, well, like I said in my last vlog, I believe that CM Punk has everything to defeat the Undertaker at WrestleMania. In fact, let's think of the people in the past who have been worthy of ending Undertaker's streak. That list is very, very limited. There are only a few names on there, and at the top of the list is the Heartbreak Kid, Michael. Shawn Michaels had 2 attempts at ending the Undertaker streak, and he sadly came at the losing end. However, Shawn Michaels is one of the people that came the closest, and considering many do regard him as one of the greatest superstars of all time, it's kind of a shame that Shawn Michaels wasn't able to end the streak. However, I've said since then that if Shawn Michaels couldn't end the streak, then nobody should end the streak. I did, however, question my own comments, however, quite recently, 2 months ago when The Undertaker vs CM Punk was first rumoured, because I can't see anyone out there today who is more worthy of ending the streak than CM Punk. The only problem is that CM Punk doesn't really look the part, whereas you've got the huge guys like The Undertaker and Kane and Bill Goldberg, and you know, even Sting had some size on him. And you've got the in shape, the agile guys that still have some size on them, such as Shawn Michaels and Triple H. You know, these guys just look the part, whereas CM Punk, many would argue that he doesn't really look the part. I mean, Stone Cold Steve Austin looked the part, look where that got him. CM Punk doesn't really look the part, but he's still, you know, he's booked pay-per-views, he's booked to the top of the pay-per-views, he's booked to win. He's had an incredible career. I am a huge CM Punk fan, but if CM Punk did end the streak last night, that is the one downfall that I had on my mind, is that, well, if Triple H, if Shawn Michaels, if, I don't know, any other Undertaker opponent, Kevin Nash, couldn't end the streak, then why should CM Punk? That's one thing that was crossing my mind throughout. As for my friends, I was actually very entertained with this match. The pay-per-view was old, not so much. This match I was excited for from the very beginning. Looking forward to this match for a long time, as you guys can tell from my wrestling related vlogs, and this match did not disappoint. It went on for a good 20 minutes or so. The Undertaker's entrance was phenomenal. I freaking loved his entrance. He came on the entranceway as he does, and there were zombies and undead grabbing at his feet, and this entire match had just so much personal meaning, so much analysis to be taken away from it, because everything about it was personal. Don't forget, my friends, that CM Punk and Paul Heyman have been bitching about and taking the piss out of The Undertaker for Paul Bearer sadly passing away, William Moody aka Percy Pringle III, and of course Paul Bearer, probably his most well-known persona. Now, I was a huge fan of Paul Bearer. He was one of my all-time favourite managers. I found him synonymous with the career of The Undertaker, and also synonymous with the very concept of managing. And that's saying something, because I'm a huge fan of wrestling, as you guys know, but I'm more so a huge fan of wrestling from the past. I love the managers such as Bobby the Brain Heenan, Classy Freddie Blassie, the Mouth of the South Jimmy Hart, and Sonny Ono. Yes, even Sonny Ono. But mainly, one of the names that always comes to the top of my list when I mention my top 5 favourite managers of all times is the late great Paul Bearer, and I was very sad to see him pass away. So when they brought William Moody's death, Paul Bearer's death, into the storyline, I was like, what the hell are they doing? Are they seriously doing this? However, I was entertained by it. I thought that, well, we all know that Paul Bearer, if you're a Paul Bearer fan, you know that Paul Bearer would have wanted that. His sons even said that. Paul Bearer would have wanted to be a part of the storyline. He has no quarrels with being exploited, if you can even call it that. I wouldn't call it being exploited, because simple fact, Paul Bearer would want it. Paul Bearer has died so many times in Undertaker and Kane storylines that one more, even if it's in real life, the man would be happy to go out with a bang the way he did. And the whole build, the whole personal rivalry between Punk and The Undertaker and Heyman getting involved, it was hard to watch, but in a very, very entertaining way. It added so much personal depth to the feud that it kept me entertained, it kept me hooked on my screen from start to finish. And the whole use of the urn, The Undertaker's power comes from this urn, it was all throwbacks to his early career. Tears in The Undertaker's eyes when he won the match and he was worshipping the urn, he was giving his final thanks to the late great Paul Bearer, was absolutely beautiful. And he took the urn and he walked away down the aisle, 21-0 banner above his head, and he threw his fist in the air with a thunderous roar, and he had the urn in his hand the entire time. Paul Bearer was there, albeit symbolically. Paul Bearer was there to support The Undertaker at his 21-0. And that's from me. I'm not a religious person. I don't believe in the afterlife. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in God. But I believe that Paul Heyman was there symbolically, and The Undertaker knew that. Symbolically, Paul Bearer helped The Undertaker claim his 21-0 victory. So, as for the match itself, my friends, I was very entertained. There were a lot of close calls, but I think from the very beginning, everyone went in knowing that The Undertaker was going to win, that CM Punk really had no chance. But he certainly gave us the impression that he could have won if he wanted to. I mean, the severity, the sheer power behind his moves, the force behind his elbow drops, his GTSs, the go to sleeps, it was incredible. And there was so many back and forth, so many counters and reverses, that honestly, this is one of the most exciting matches I've seen this year thus far. And definitely, this stands out as probably my top match at WrestleMania 29. That is not to take away from The Rock vs John Cena though, which I will talk about in my next vlog. However, my friends, this was all about The Undertaker and CM Punk, as was WrestleMania 29. I think everyone knew that The Undertaker and CM Punk were going to steal the show, and in my opinion, they seriously did. These guys never lose it. The Undertaker will never lose it, and I'm very excited to see who exactly The Undertaker will face for his 22-0, if it comes to that, at WrestleMania 30 next year. WrestleMania XXX. WrestleMania 30, 1 year away. Now that is hard to believe, so hard to believe that I had to repeat it several times, because wow, I remember watching WrestleMania 15, 16, 17 and 18 live and being amazed. Now to think we're at WrestleMania 30 and I just watched WrestleMania 29 live, wow, man am I old. So, in the comments, my friends, let's get a discussion going. What are your thoughts on Undertaker vs CM Punk's match, and do you agree with the whole Paul Bearer usage in the storyline? Perhaps more importantly of all, my friends, let's talk about The Undertaker at WrestleMania 30. Do you think Undertaker's streak will end at WrestleMania 30, and if so, who will end the streak, and will Undertaker retire after having his streak? Let's talk about who the Undertaker's opponent could be, and who the Undertaker's next victim. As always, my friends, I look forward to your feedback, your comments, and of course, if you enjoy my videos, be sure to check out my Dead Island Riptide playthroughs that are up and coming. And as always, feedback is wonderful. I love talking to my subscribers and my viewers. As always, my friends, thumbs up, subscribe, get commenting, and enjoy.